Is this a good place to end it? You want me to finish it for you? What's this interview called? What's the name of your stuff?
State of Pro Wrestling.
All right, State of Pro Wrestling. What social media apps are they on? Facebook, Twitter?
Instagram as well.
Instagram as well. Okay. You are watching from whatever device. Don't pay attention to these terrible interviewers. He screwed up tonight, all right? But he's going to get better. And this channel, this page is going to get better. All right? I'm going to take care of my son. I'm going to smack him around a little bit, but he's going to be okay. All right. This is little Nate. Nathan Edwards, the best rapper, the best wrestler, the best everything else, the best dad, especially.
Best dad.
And we will see you next time. Take the mic. You were adopted.
You rule, Dad. I love you. I love you, Dad. Dad. Hello, this is John Fredrickson, State of Pro Wrestling. We are here. Referee / manager Rob Page. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Pretty awesome. Great event tonight here at Heavy On. Last night we got to see you in a little different role that we normally don't see. You get to be a manager. How did you get into managing?
I'm friends with the guy that runs the shows, and he was like, "Hey man, you want to do some managing instead of reffing?" I was like, "Sure, yeah, I'll do it." And I've been doing some managing. I did some managing for MIW a couple of years ago. Done it for a while. I do those church shows for GA. It's a lot of fun doing it. It's something different. It's just different. I like it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed you in the role last night. Seeing you in different things.
But, whatever. I don't enjoy getting beat up by Chris Jordan, but it's part of the job.
You were laying there on the floor. It's good to see you feeling a little better tonight, anyways. But what did you first get into then? Were you a referee first, or how did you get into wrestling?
Yeah, so I started training under Terry Fox at his MIW school back in 2003. I started as a wrestler. Obviously, I'm not a very big guy. I don't know if you can see that. So I transitioned into reffing very shortly thereafter. I've been a ref for 16 years now, manager for like 3-4 years, and ring announcer for 4 years now for Pro Wrestling Battleground. So a little multi-talented type. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, the many different roles here in pro wrestling. What do you like most about announcing?
Change of pace. Like, I don't know if you have noticed, but I'm not a very good ring announcer, but I do it from time to time. I basically had to step in when somebody couldn't show up, and he was like, "Hey, you want to do this?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it. Sure, why not?" And it's just different. I get to hang out with my buddy and do commentary for Battleground too, so that's also a giant plus.
Awesome, man. Yeah, Rob Page, a lot of fun. Fun personality. Somebody who stuck out, not necessarily as a wrestler, but in a different role, and found your own way, connect with the fans here. One of the most recognizable places you can be seen is at WrestlePalooza. What are some of your favorite WrestlePalooza moments or memories?
Johnny Gargano and Daivari was a lot of fun. Being in the ring with Ruby Riott or Heidi Lovelace was a lot of fun. I had a really fun time recently with Great Sasuke and Shane Strickland. And those shows are just wild and crazy. If you've seen them, you know what they're like. They're just bodies everywhere, chaos all over the place, drinking beer and just wilding out. And that's what I like. I love that. I love that style of pro wrestling.
Definitely. It's a great time every time we go to WrestlePalooza. Now, in your refereeing, what's been your most difficult match to referee? Maybe the match that you were most nervous for beforehand.
At the Jerry Lynn retirement show, it was Eric Cannon versus Sabu in a no disqualification match. I didn't know what to expect with Sabu. So he definitely lived up to the hype of being wild and crazy. So that was definitely one of them. I refereed a match at First Wrestling back before the Palooza days of Horace the Psychopath and the Sandman, which was wild being in the center of the ring, hearing that Enter Sandman song going on. That was pretty nuts.
I have heard some stories about that.
Probably the less we talk about on that one, the better.
All right, for sure. Let's move on. Let's move along. Rob Page, growing up, what got you into wrestling? What caught your attention about pro wrestling? It's such a weird thing. What draws you in about pro wrestling?
I was a huge fan of like the colorful personalities. So obviously, being here at Heavy on Wrestling, I can't not talk about the star of Fortune Mania 2, which will be the icon Sting, my favorite pro wrestler ever. Bigger than Hogan in my eyes, bigger than Savage, bigger than the Warrior. It's all about Sting for me. I've loved that man since I was about 4 years old. First pro wrestling match I ever saw was Sting versus Ric Flair, Clash of Champions 1. So I was caught instantly on him. Like, he is pro wrestling to me. Just huge guy, jacked to the gills, wild face paint, colors everywhere. That's what drew me into pro wrestling.
Awesome. I love hearing everybody's different story because we're all different. We all come into this world differently or find different roles within wrestling. Well, let's see. Any other independent moments, or how did you first break in? You were as a wrestler training to be a wrestler?
I was training to be a wrestler. I realized probably about a month or so into training, I'm not built for pro wrestling, wrestling-wise. So I was like, hey, can I be a manager? He was like, well, I'm going to teach you everything wrestling-wise as a manager, so no. I was like, okay, can I ref? He was like, yeah, sure. We did some training stuff, and like about a week later, he was like, hey, go buy some black pants, a black shirt, and a ref shirt, and see you in so-and-so town. All right, cool. And that's basically been it. Yeah. I don't really have it's nothing crazy like that. It was just show up. All right, cool. I'll be there.
Got a job.
Yeah. And I've been doing it ever since for 16 years.
Well, wrestling fans, I think I'll try to speak for us all here and say that we're grateful that you got in here and do your thing, man.
I appreciate it very
I'm
much.
grateful that you could take some time out of your schedule to speak with us
worries,
here.
no
Hopefully
worries.
we can talk some more again and maybe get to know you a little bit better.
We'll sit down and maybe have a beer some next time.
That sounds great. All right, Rob Page.
Take care.
Thank you.